Most men think lasting longer in bed is about control. But honestly, the biggest thing stopping you from enjoying sex and lasting longer is the pressure you're putting on yourself to perform. If you're constantly thinking, what should I be doing? What am I supposed to do? What would a real man do? How do I not disappoint her? Then you're not actually experiencing sex. You're performing during sex. And that pressure is exactly what disconnects you from your body, pushes you into your head, and makes everything fall apart. And I get it. I struggled with performance anxiety for over 15 years. And during sex, I had these exact same thoughts running through my head. And the crazy part is, I thought this was completely normal, because this is the conditioning most young men grow up with from movies, porn, and that alpha male culture. We're constantly shown this image of what a real man is supposed to be. Always confident, always ready for sex, always able to satisfy a woman no matter what the circumstances are. So during sex, instead of actually experiencing the moment, we start trying to become that guy. And when you spend your entire sex life trying to become someone else, you completely lose connection to yourself. I work with men all the time who tell me, I have no clue what I want in the bedroom. What am I supposed to want? Because every time they have sex, their entire focus is on what she wants, whether she's enjoying herself, whether they're doing a good job or performing correctly to try and gain her approval. And the crazy part is, most men think this is what makes them a good lover, but it usually creates the exact opposite effect and turns into overthinking, analyzing every moment, trying not to fail, trying not to lose control. And the more pressure you put on yourself to perform, the harder it becomes to actually enjoy the experience. And honestly, this is one of the biggest differences between men who feel relaxed and confident during sex and men who struggle with performance anxiety for years. One man is trying to prove himself, and the other man is simply experiencing the moment. And this is one of the most important things you can do in your sex life. Honor yourself. Ask yourself, do I actually want to have sex right now? Or am I doing this just for her because we haven't had sex in a while? Because I think I'm supposed to? Because I don't want to disappoint her? Because I think saying no makes me less of a man? So many men believe if their partner wants sex, that they should too, no matter what. But it's not your job to give your partner sex whenever she wants it. That's not how it works. Sometimes you will be exhausted or thinking about work and money or family issues, and that wouldn't be a good time to have sex, no matter how turned on your partner is. But if you try to push through anyway and feel a sense of pressure and obligation, you are going to be completely disconnected and have a bad experience, which makes a ton of sense. But if you think you should be able to perform no matter what, because you're a man, you are going to shame spiral and tell yourself all of these horrible things that you're weak and broken and less of a man because you've built your entire identity around performance. Don't fall into this trap. You are allowed to say no to sex. And this is where I'm going to say something really controversial, but in order to become a better lover and last longer, you actually have to become more selfish in bed. And I don't mean selfish in a narcissistic way. I mean, you have to start asking for what you want and need, setting boundaries, focusing on your pleasure, your desires, and what makes you feel safe in the bedroom. Because the deeper you're connected to yourself, the deeper you can connect with your partner. But most men are terrified of this. They think if I ask for what I want, I'm selfish. If I say no, she'll get upset. If I set boundaries, she'll leave. If I slow things down, I'll disappoint her. So instead, they abandon themselves. And this is a tragic mistake. When you try so hard to become the man you think you're supposed to be, you completely lose connection with who you actually are. And there's nothing manly about pretending to be someone else. The truth is, you get to create your sex life. It doesn't have to look like porn or movies or what some alpha male influencer says it should look like. It gets to look like whatever you and your partner want it to look like. And the moment you stop trying to perform during sex and start honoring yourself instead, everything changes. Not just how long you last, but your entire experience of sex. Now, if you want to put this new mindset to the test, watch this video next, and I'll show you exactly how to thrust during sex so you can start lasting longer tonight.